Hi there, welcome back. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Easter eggs and Easter egg hunts and have all been visited by the Easter Bunny. So in this video, we're not doing anything Easter-like. Hopefully you've already watched our Easter egg video with the little lovely bunny in that one and enjoyed that. If not, go back, have a look at our playlist and please like, share, subscribe and give us a little thumbs up. In this particular video, so this is stepping away from Easter themed things, this is very much a functional project. We're using grey, the lovely storm grey. We're using this acrylic ivory paint with some white to make up a customized pigment. And that beautiful blue, there's a lovely light grey metallic. And then in that top left hand corner of the screen, a beautiful like Grecian blue colour. So Wayne is doing the demoing for us today. He has divided up some T-Expert resin, fantastic resin, and he's divided it up into 4 or 5 different cups here, measuring cups, and then added in the pigment. So here we go. This is what we tried to do to start with. We were going to do a layered cup. So by that, what he's doing is he's just layering the colours in one on top of the other, trying to go in a sort of light, dark, or dark, light sequence as we go. Yeah. To see if this would give us the effect that we wanted. Now, that is my hand there, you can see. Just sprinkling in a little swizzle drizzle, or a little drizzle swizzle of the metallic resin. And then there's Wayne, obviously wearing the black gloves, doing the other layering of the colours. Make sure that, of course, when you're using resin, that you do wear gloves to protect your skin, that you wear the respirator mask, and that you work in a well-ventilated area. So that's what that looks like. Now, what you can see down there is a round, thin wood coaster. So this is the base for coasters. You can do acrylic paint pouring on this. You could do what we're doing here, which is doing the equivalent of an acrylic paint pour technique, but with resin. And we just stood it in a silicone mould there just to catch out any drips. So we're just, at this point, we're just trying to find what's the best way of doing this effect. Is it going to give us the effect that we want or not? And as you can see, currently the blue takes over quite a bit. So obviously going forward, we'll probably say to ourselves, right, okay, I'm not going to use this. Now, to get it to smooth out over the surface, the wooden surface of the coaster base, we thought we'd use the heat tool. Now, this is all very well and good, but it ended up just mixing the colours in. Sorry, it's rather a close-up shot there of the heating tool. All that looks like now, you can't see any of the definition of colour. It just looks like blue resin. Lovely if all you want is a blue resin coaster, but not so good otherwise. So we did scrape that one off. And what we've done is done something a bit similar. We've put down some of the blue and then we've drizzled over the top of the resin some of the ivory coloured, the yellow creamy ivory coloured resin in through it. And then all we're doing is just tilting it gradually over the surface. So it spreads, it draws those colours down and creates like a marbled effect. So that's what we're doing. Now, underneath these coasters, on the bases of the coaster, we have put some blue painter's tape. You can use frog tape, which is green, masking tape, or whatever you feel comfortable using. So it's just to protect the bases as much as possible. That was the one. This one here is the one that we tried doing it on the first time round, and of course it didn't work. It didn't work. But there you can see the slight definition of different colours there. So in the end, just decided to do a bit of a freehand pour with some of the different colours that we were using instead. And then you can take a little micro brush or a stirring stick like here and literally just run it through the different colours of resin, trying to get it to mix a bit. So now once you're happy with the pattern that you've made, all you're going to now do, which is what Wayne is doing, is just to manipulate the resin. So some of it will move, some of it will merge with the colour. It just go careful that you take your time doing this. It does take a bit of practice. This was only the second ever one that Wayne had done. He'd never done this kind of technique before. I have done it before with paint pouring with acrylic paint. Now, once he was happy with it, he then put that to one side and you let that cure. Going to adopt here the same technique, but just using up what we had left in that jug. And this is on a placemat. Now, these are 12 inches wide. They're quite wide. Again, they are wooden bases. Everything that we use in this video will be listed in the description box with links and codes if we've got any. So here we go. So he's just poured some of the blue. Now he's pouring on some of that lovely ivory, sort of creamy ivory colour. And then a little bit of the storm grey. We are. And I've just put in some more of the blue. There we go. So we're going to go with some more of the blue. And some more of the cream. So you could say he was still layering up the colours, but, you know, not putting them in the cup. He did actually make a total of 6 coasters, and he's going to make a total of 6 placemats as well. Because that was the special, this was a special order. Well, actually, it wasn't really a special order. The colours were picked by the person that this is being given to as a present, in fact. So we've got placemats with matching coasters. So there we go. You just took a kebab or skewer stick through it and just did a little squiggle pattern there. So again, we've got a bigger mould underneath just to catch any of the resin, because of course we don't like to waste resin. There we are. So as you can see, it's stretching out. You're manipulating the composition to how you want it to look, or how best. And then once you're happy with what you got, then you stop manipulating it. So you stop moving it. But you just need to make sure that the resin does cover all of that wooden placemat or substrate base that you've got there. There we go. And it's just the final bit coming up, I think. We've had a few people look at some pictures of these, some little like sneaky peeks sort of shots, and they've said how they think it looks like marble or like the world, like a planet and so on. So once everything is fully cured, now we did leave them for a good week to fully cure and harden. They looked fantastic. We were happy with them. So then what we've then done, or what Wayne's doing now, is he's applying a top clear coat of resin. The resin we've used again is by Tea Expert. It's our favourite go-to resin at the moment. There we go. Just making sure that it goes all the way to the edges. You will get some overspill. You will get a few little drips. But as long as you've taped off the back, so they don't go completely over underneath on the back side of these coasters or the placemats, then you're fine. Just making sure that it all goes to the edges, that you have got plenty on there, and also that there's no bubbles or bits or anything like that in them. So once you've done all of them, you put them to one side to cure. This is the placemat, the cured placemat. Again, he's going to repeat the process. He's going to put a clear coat of resin. There you go. Look, you can see where it's dripped over the sides. So he applied a clear coat of resin to all the placemats as well. We let them cure for a good 3 or 4 days. And then this is him just removing the blue painter's tape from underneath. If it does feel like it's a little bit too attached to those drips, heat it up a little bit with the heat tool, and then it should all come off. So there we go. I'm just taking off all of those bits of tape. There we go. And then the same thing is then done, here you are, with the coasters. So here he is just removing the tape from the bases of the coasters. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a bleed through of the dye from the pigments that we used onto the back of the coasters, and that also happened onto some of the placemats. Now, you've got a couple of options. You could just paint the bases, you know, sort of like corresponding or coordinating colour as you've got with the surface of them. Or you could do what we do, and that is we decided to put some cork bases on both the placemats and the coasters, just to give them a bit of additional protection. So this is me now, just deciding what we're going to do, just checking that I'm happy with the way the top coat, the final coat has actually cured. And then what I've decided to do is put, there you are, there's the cork backing for the coaster. We're going to put some silver chrome pen around the edge of the coaster as well. So here we are. This is a little bit of a sped up a bit of me just applying this lovely chrome paint, silver chrome paint. These, I believe these pens are by Let's Resin. They're not the Deco Art ones because we'd run out. We'd finally run out of the lovely paint and ink in those pens, so jumped onto Amazon and ordered these. And these, I must say, are really good. Really good. They give a real mirror-like shine. So this is the cork coaster backing piece. It's pre-cut, which is always good. Very, very sticky. So make sure that you line it up correctly before you finally stick it down. Now, this took me a couple of goes to get this done so that it would work. Can you see Mr. Bunny in the top of the picture there and the egg from Friday's video? I love it. Here we go. So there we are. We just pressed it down and that looks nice and neat around the edge. There we go. So that's one of them done. And they are a decent look, a decent depth. So we repeated that process. We did the same thing with the placemats where we cut them to size so that they could also have a cork backing to match the coasters. So this is the final sort of shot here. There's the coasters. We did do 6 of them. We've only got 4 on display and 2 of these beautiful, stunning placemats. Hope you've enjoyed this video and that you're having a lovely Easter weekend. Happy holidays. Don't eat too much chocolate. And we will see you again on Wednesday with another video. Take care. Goodbye.